What teams from last year's NFL playoffs do I think will not make the playoffs next season? Well, this is a tough question. It's always been a debatable question about that people always ask themselves since the millennium of the NFL, since the day it came. Now, let's begin. What teams from last year's playoffs will not make the playoffs this year? Well, I got a few teams. It doesn't mean who I think is going to replace that team. This is nothing to do with a prediction at all. I actually do have 6 teams. I got 6 teams not making the NFL playoffs next season. Alright, I'm not telling you who I think is going to replace them. I know what you're saying. Seattle fan! He's thinking of them. No, I'm not. Okay? I'm not replacing anything with that other team. I just personally think of these 6 teams that to me will not make the playoffs this next season. Alright? Let's keep it cool. Alright? I have to wait till preseason to make an actual playoff prediction with NFL Weekly. Anyway, let's go. Okay, let's start with Kansas City. To me, the Chiefs have already fallen apart. They've already fallen apart with the Andy Reid curse, as that's what lots of people say. The Andy Reid curse. Like I said, people said that. And really, the Chiefs, I think, will not be that good. Their defense is somewhat bad. They don't have Alex Smith. And they have to mostly stay healthy for the running backs. So really, I think Kansas City, this is the playoffs. Alright, Buffalo Bills. Let's be for real. The Buffalo Bills are definitely going to miss the playoffs. Sorry if I said make. But they're going to miss the playoffs to me. Honestly, this last season was a remarkable ride. It was amazing. You know, a Bills team finally making the playoffs since 18 years ago. And then all of a sudden, they made it. That's a great story. Even though they could have won that Jacksonville game. Let's be for real. Jags were not themselves. Neither were the Bills. But, you know, the Jags could have won that game. They, to me, could have won the game. Not Bills. Bills. The Bills could have won the game, but, you know, they failed apart. Sadly, Bills, you've been falling apart, and I think the Bills will miss the playoffs. All right, Tennessee. This one is kind of a debate. I like Mariota. I'm in love with the guy. Thank him for everything he did at Oregon. But there's something with Tennessee. Tennessee does not really have much of an elite wide receiver core. Let's be for real. To some people, that was the worst team in the playoffs. And that could be true. But still, the team's also not having a lot of elite wide receivers. But they're young. Young teams make mistakes all the time. And let's be for real. Even if they do make the playoffs, if they run into the Patriots again, it's over. I mean, yes, the team did beat Jacksonville twice last season. They beat them twice. That's a great accomplishment, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. Okay, there's the 3 AFC teams. Now for the 3 NFC teams. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get a lot of rage on these guys. Which one these ones I'm gonna say. I'm already know you guys disliking this video. Okay, stop it! Stop taunting me! Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's start with the Carolina Panthers. For some, I'm not joking with you guys. Personally, I feel like Carolina is gonna miss the playoffs, kinda. Carolina just my friend's friend Sam even said it himself. The Panthers just come in the odd seasons. And honestly, this was such an odd season. And he's kind of right. He's right about that. Sam, you're right. Patriot fan, you're right. The Panthers do come in all really odd seasons all the time. And really, I think they're a good team, but sometimes they're just choking. I mean, like, coming from 15-1 season, you went 6-10, then 11-5, I believe the record was, or 10-6. Then we don't know what's going to happen. Like, literally, even if they make the playoffs, it's such an odd season. Okay, the Atlanta Falcons, to me, are on the verge of a disappointment. They're almost there. I mean, it's the city of chokers, so 15-10. A brick wall stopped you. It's the Eagles. Anyway, let's continue this. The Falcons are just, to me, they've always choked. Do we still remember 25-point lead, okay? The team was this year was expecting to be like 13-3 or 12-4. They went 10-6 after an 11-5 season. Now look, something went off. And it's once again, the Falcons are the Falcons, okay? They pass more than they run. And that's a problem. If they don't learn that, they're not making the playoffs. They mostly pass. And when you don't need a pass, when you can just run out the clock and win with a field goal or whatever. But still, the Falcons have always been chokers in their franchise. And honestly, I think they'll choke this season and miss the playoffs in a very, very, very important game. All right. Okay, this one's always... Oh, I'm going to hate what I'm going to say. You guys are going to hate me. Honestly, I think there's one team that can be a disappointment this year. Out of all these playoff teams, is it the Eagles? No. The Rams? No. Saints? Definitely not. I think I'm just telling you who I think. It's the Minnesota Vikings. To me, that will be a huge disappointment this season. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're an idiot. We're commenting all the hate for you. We're dislike and unsubscribe to you. Okay, fine. You do that. I don't care. It's my video anyway. My rules. Anyway, the Vikings, every time though, the Vikings somehow make a playoff appearance. They all of a sudden next season fall apart. I've seen this happen from my lifetime of watching the Minnesota Vikings since like I've been an NFL fan since 2003. Really, since 2000s, I think they've only won, I could be wrong, and you guys can remind me, I believe since 2000 from now, they've only won 3 playoff games? I believe so, I could be wrong. But here, ever since like Brett Favre came to the Vikings, here's what happened. When Brett Favre came to the Vikings, the team went 13-3. I believe it was 13-3 or 12-4. And then the next season, the team went 6-10. And then the next season... 4-12. Next season, 10-6, they made a playoffs, but lost to Green Bay. In the wild card. Then the next season, I think it was like 5-10-1. Terrible record. Then the next season, I think it was 7-9 or 6-10. Next season, 11-5. You make the playoffs, and Walsh. Yeah, we already know that story. Then the next season, they went 8-8. Like, they had were like 5-0 in the beginning of the year that season. And then lost just 8. They lost 8 games. The next season, they went 13-3. And they may have had a miracle, but then, the Eagles came in. So really, I don't know what to expect from the Vikings from that scenario I just witnessed and all that information. So really, when you expect a team like the Vikings to somewhat get better, all of a sudden they become worse. What do you guys think? Which team do you guys think? And you can give me like your 5 teams or whatever. Which team you think will not make the playoffs from last season? This was mine, so you guys can give me yours. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button and share this with your friends and subscribe for me for more videos like this one. TGTV Tank Mode, signing off.